Right, so just read some comments left on one of my videos, which I'm about to read for you now. Starting with the first, I hate you, and the second, you're a prick. Each by Bad Man Family. You know what's funnier than those two elaborate, witty remarks you left on my video? The fact that I just don't give a fuck. Now what else do I give a fuck about? Bad guys. Guys who go out looking for fights. Guys who ask you if you just looked at them. Half the time you didn't even know you looked at them. Half the time you did, but you didn't mean any malice by it. But a profound example of this happening to me once was when I was back in Peckham. I was walking down the street and there was a traffic jam, and there was one car and there was a bloke in it who seemed to be laughing at me. I didn't really know why I was laughing at me, so I looked down and I was thinking, what's he laughing at? What have I done? And so I was looking at him just to gauge whether he was laughing at me, and he said, and then he wound down his window and he said, what the fuck are you looking at, mate? And I said, well, you, obviously. He's blind as well as a prick. and then the bad man then said, well, I'm laughing because you walk like a cunt. And I said, well, you know what's funnier than that, mate? I don't give a fuck. And one other thing I don't give a fuck about is vegetarians. There was this girl the other day who I know, she came up to me, she said, Colin, you know, I've been a vegetarian for a week now. I said, look, yeah, I did know that, because you've told me about a million times, as you vegetarians always seem to do. And you know what? This, as well as every single one of the time, I've not given a fuck. Another thing I don't give a fuck about, Jehovah's Witnesses, who knock on my door out every single day, saying they're here to save my life and that they're religious and this, and I just say, I used to try to be polite, but I've lost patience with it recently. So I open the door and they say, do you know why I'm here? I say, I don't give a fuck, and I close it right there. Another thing I don't give a fuck about other than religious people is atheists. Richard Dawkins, for example, who devotes his whole life to destroying the hopes and beliefs of religious people with arguments which I could argue are kind of bollocks. Like, why does he do this? Why does he do it in such a polite manner? I mean, just to break down his argument, the one philosophical pondering I had once, when I had the chance of the sperm fertilising the egg, every time one of your parents fucked Richard Dawkins was 1 in 500 billion, a good estimate, and 1 in 500 billion. Now, if we think back through your logic that, you know, we're evolved and this will happen by chance from nothing. By your logic, the best estimate is that you have about 5,000 ancestors. That's a low estimate, by the way. So what I'm going to do is times 5 billion by 500,000, see what the chances of you living by your logic. It's going to take a while. And no one is more acutely aware of that than the people who live here. You told me that this year there was less than in previous years. 1 in 250 trillion. That's 1 in 250 million. So get to fuck Richard Dawkins. I don't give a fuck. Other people I don't give a fuck about. People who do give a fuck. People who criticise me for writing shit all over Facebook and posting what they say are weird videos when I think it's just flying over their head what I say, really. I think like just a bit, it's just not really for them. Yeah, these people who do give a fuck, I think giving a fuck is for people with low self-esteem, and I realise this because I had low self-esteem for most of my life, you know, for about 17 years, because I got bullied as a young child from about the age of 4 to 6 by little girls, funnily enough, a group of little girls who bullied me, and it really bothered me and it affected me for most of my life. But at the age of about 18, 19, I realised that I just don't give a fuck. And I think that you know, that's the best philosophy to take for anyone, really. I think not giving a fuck and just doing what you like and not really thinking too much about the consequences of your actions is the best way to live. It helps you through a lot of self-doubt and these other horrible emotions other people seem to feel, and depression, all that. Not giving a fuck is a very helpful tool to have, and I don't give a fuck. These little girls, they still bully me, but they still occasionally give it some stick, and you know what? Every time they do, I just give them a fucking right hook, and then I just start stomping on their heads until I beat them right to death. You know why? Because I just don't give a fuck.